Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we have an iPad second generation that is supposed to be running iOS 4. I don't know exactly which version of iOS 4, but I could tell from the listing that it was not iOS 5 or 6 based on some clues, and that's pretty hard to find. So let's get this box opened up and see if that is actually what we have. Not loving the amount of protection this thing got. One layer of bubble wrap is not going to do it in shipping. Okay, here's the iPad, and I can tell right away we have some pretty dented corners. You can see that there. We've got dents up here. The black bezel is buckling up there. And on this side, we've got a pretty nasty dent as well. Luckily, no cracks on the screen, but I don't like those dents. I'm gonna have to see if those were in the listing or if those happened during shipping. But we've got a 16 gigabyte 3G model. Let's go ahead and power this thing on and see if it has a charge. And it does. Luckily, we have the iOS 6 Apple logo. We'll put that down, and it came with a case. Never actually seen one of these for an iPad, only for laptops. So interesting, but in my opinion, not useful. All right, here we go. Plenty of charge, 85%. Let's see what we have. iOS 4, you can tell right away with the iPod icon. Very nice. Let's see specifically which version. 4.3.3, and to my knowledge this is a highly sought after version because I think this has a jailbreak, whereas 4.3.5 does not. So this is exciting to get that version. Let's test out the camera. Camera works good. We got our iPod down there. I don't know when it happened, but the camera, the shutter button at some point in iOS was always over here, so it was easy to click with your thumb. Down here is not very intuitive, so that must be an iOS 4 thing. But this is still pretty sweet. We can check out the iOS 4 wallpapers, which have some good ones. The water droplets were introduced in iOS 4. That was kind of the iconic wallpaper for that. We don't have iMessage or FaceTime or iCloud in iOS 4. The closest thing we have to that is, I guess, just Mail. I don't know if Mobile Me, which was like the precursor for iCloud, is available on here or not. But no iCloud, so this is kind of like the stock, the old style iOS before everything became modernized and required internet. I'm going to go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi here, and we'll see if the App Store and iTunes will load. I want to try a different camera angle. I want like a downward facing. I don't have a good tripod for that, but maybe this will work for now. Okay. That's not bad. Kind of fills the whole screen there. All right, we're on Wi-Fi. Let's see if the App Store will load. And the camera's freaking out, and it will not, unfortunately. What about iTunes? iTunes will not load either, and I don't like the way this is going with the camera angle. So I'm gonna switch back. All right, so with neither of those things operational, there's not a whole lot I can do on this iPad, other than I would probably have to jailbreak it and install apps that way. I could probably plug it into iTunes and get some music on there, but I don't think you can do apps through iTunes anymore. If anyone's aware of what version of iTunes allows you to add apps to iOS devices, because I know you can't do that anymore, and I know you couldn't do that for a while. So let me know which version of iTunes is able to do that, because that would be pretty useful. Do we not even have, oh, we do have a calendar. Okay. I thought there was no calendar on here. The old skeuomorphic design, which is very nice. It is a shame that it went away. I think Apple should bring it back now that we have really nice Retina displays. I think it would look amazing. So here we are on Apple's homepage. It does not look so good. Stuff is kind of loading, but not in the right places. And we don't get the menu bar where we can select different options. Let's see if we can check out the refurbished store. I guess it doesn't look very good. Everything is just text, no images here. And it does not really work. Obviously, I would not recommend using Safari on one of these, or even any web browser. This is probably not supported on iOS 4 anymore. YouTube has not worked for a while, unfortunately. And wait, we do have FaceTime. I was wrong about that. I guess FaceTime was introduced with in iOS 4 with the iPhone 4, and I didn't realize it came on the iPad 2 as well, but you'll need an Apple ID for that. My mistake. Game Center was also launched on iOS 4, which was kind of neat, but I guess not that useful other than comparing yourself to your friends. Do we have any photos? Oh, what is this? Whoever had this clearly has a couple older iPads. That was my picture, but we've got a 64 gig on 4.3 and a 32 gig on 4.3.5. That must be both of these. Interesting. And is that looks like maybe an iPhone 13 Pro or 12 Pro in the blue color. I might have to reach out to the seller and see if these are still available, because that would be cool to get my hands on. Either way, this has been a look at an iPad second generation, 16 gigabyte 3G model running iOS 4.3.5. No, 4.3.3. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you guys in the next one.